We'd also love to see somebody in Senate, right? I'm pretty sure. Where's Dennis at? Where's Dennis? Come on down, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Thank you guys for being here and for the convention committee putting this all together. Thank you, Matthew Johnson, for answering the call before I even made it.
There you go.
So I'm going to try to save a little bit of time here because I think I know a lot of the people in this room, and I don't think I need to explain quite so much. I don't think. You guys tell me. Do you need me to explain how morally irredeemable and destructive the United States' foreign policy of interventionism is?
No.
Do you need me to explain to you how reckless spending and the monetary policy that enables it has created the economic chaos in which all Americans are suffering record inflation?
No! I always enjoy hearing about that.
But do you need it? We can do that after. All right. Do you guys need me to explain to you the incalculable harm done by government intervention into all of our personal lives, from the war on drugs to the war on COVID?
No!
Do you need me to explain to you that the path to peace and prosperity requires us to prioritize respect for individual rights of life, liberty, and property?
No.
So, with that all understanding, do we all agree that these principles and this perspective deserves at least one seat in the U.S. Senate? So how do we get there?
We elect you.
So I'm trying to think the steps in between, and at least I've got an idea, but I like that one. It starts with a thought I have going back to the year 1960. It's a man sitting at home watching TV, his young teenage daughter also there, as he's watching the new head of state there speaking on the TV. This is in a place called Artemisa. This is in Cuba. So this is at the time a guy who really loved to hear himself speak, Fidel Castro. And this is very early on after the revolution. And the man sitting watching TV, he listened, was paying attention to the words. And after he heard enough, he got up out of his seat and he said, "This guy is a communist. We got to get out of here." And so what he did, what I'm going to talk about, is taking decisive action. Okay? This was 1960. That's the year they left. Okay? This is before the embargo and anything else. This is when you could actually do it. They were able to leave on a ferry boat from Havana to Key West, settled in Hialeah, for anybody from Miami who knows. And that action, a lack of hesitation, him, his wife, and his 2 kids were able to build their lives in a place that allowed them, and so much more of the family that was able to come over as a result. An entire family's story is changed because one person took decisive action. That's my family. The man's name was Luis Bonifacio Gomez Borrego. That was my grandfather. The teenage daughter I mentioned is my mother. Now, if one man can take decisive action and change the course of history for a family, how do we do it for a nation? So we look at the history of our own nation. We go back to 1776. You know, the guys who didn't just sign the Declaration of Independence, but who signed up to fight in the Revolutionary Army early on. What did they do? They took a decisive action. They took a step. They didn't hesitate. They didn't do like what we hear a lot of people do when we say, "Hey, you want to vote third party?" And they say, "Well, when the candidates become viable, maybe when the party's a little better." Could you imagine if the guys who were signing up for the Revolutionary Army said, "You know what, I'm going to wait until you guys are on a little more even footing with the British Empire"? You think we'd be here? You think it'd be like this? So they took decisive action. They made a sacrifice. They knew there were costs. They knew there were consequences. And they knew they wouldn't get the result that they wanted overnight. They knew that it would take time. And except for the risk of, losing life and limb, this is a lot the same. I'm here and I'm asking you guys to take steps, to take decisive action, to make a sacrifice, pay a cost, and be willing to step forward. I think this is the group. I mean, these are the libertarians in Florida, the Libertarian Party of Florida. All of us are here because we give up our time, some of our money, our energy to try to move this movement forward. So if it's not us, who else is going to do it? Aren't we the ones who know these principles are true? Aren't we the ones who recognize the need for this? We're the ones who recognize the path that we're on and where it's going to lead us if we don't take decisive action. And again, like I said, it wouldn't be a quick result. Even if we win, and every libertarian running for federal office, running for the U.S. House or for the U.S. Senate, even if 100% of us got elected, change ain't coming overnight. But change cannot wait. Okay, we cannot wait to start this long process. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. My name is Dennis Misigoy. I'm running for U.S. Senate. I need your help on all of you guys' tables. At least I thought I put on all the tables a few cards. There's a couple envelopes if you happen to have a checkbook, because that's great. That way I don't have to give a cut to PayPal or Square or somebody. But I need your help, either that form or if you can volunteer, whatever you can give, because just like with all the other candidates here, not a one of us can do this alone. We are trying to create change on a level that has not happened in a very long time. Right now, this country has been set on a path it has been on at least 100 years, at least. And we're trying to change direction. We're trying to turn a corner. And it's going to take effort. It's going to take, as I said, decisive action. So I'm asking you guys to do that. Please support me and the fellow candidates over here. Thank you, guys.
Gosh, I can't wait to see all these guys elected.